Sports, and here he is.
Beast them.
Getting it done. Mark Andrews, Ravens tight end, here with us on PFT Live. Mark, welcome. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing great, man. Thank you guys for having me on.
Oh, come on, man. You went to Oklahoma, but we won't hold that against you, okay? All right, as a Texas alum here. But, no, we got mad respect for your game, man. We talk about you a lot.
Thank you, guys.
And I said before we started, brilliant to do this Tuesday. You get your pick of the shows. For some reason, he picked this one. But you get the place to yourself. You know, the players don't really start showing up until tomorrow. So smart business move to get here today. And great hoodie with the Rockin' Protein,
yes,
which is the company that has brought you here with us today.
Yes, sir. So, yeah, so Rockin' Protein is my go-to protein drink. It's an incredible partnership for me. It's super organic. So growing up in high school, Shamrock Farms is locally sourced in Arizona.
Right.
And so I've been having this since I was in high school. And you know that chalky, taste of protein drinks?
This one doesn't got it?
This is not that.
Okay.
It's incredibly smooth, incredibly tasty. And it's just great high source protein that they're an incredible company they do a great job.
I've seen it around town, actually. It was like, I've never heard of Shamrock or seen it. It's in my hotel, actually. They're selling this. Can I drink this?
Yes, you can.
I'm needed. I'm good. Boom.
Yep.
So
You can get them nationwide in any convenience store.
Well, there we go. You've earned your paycheck for the day. Now we can talk about football. We got the Rockin' Protein plug-in. How's your body feel after getting through a season? You had some dings this year, and that's natural. It's part of playing football. But how do you usually feel this time of year?
Pretty good. I think this year I came out pretty healthy, and that was a blessing. There was time during the year where I was hurting a little bit, but I started to feel better towards the end of the year and started to get my groove going a little bit. And so, but I feel good right now. I'm excited to be able to train this off season. Be incredibly focused and diligent about the things I need to get better at and attack that.
Right, and then drink your protein shake to make sure it happens.
That's
to
right.
Get that recovery,
Yes,
right?
sir.
All right, so let's start with Greg Roman, that conversation there. Were you kind of surprised that happened as far as he's been under the spotlight, been under scrutiny? You guys have done some good things, but where do you kind of see this offense going without Greg?
Yeah, I got a ton of respect for Giro, and he was actually my tight end coach when I was a rookie, so I learned a ton from him. And,
right.
He's an incredibly smart individual and incredibly gifted, just his offensive mind. So I think wherever he goes, whatever he does, he's going to be very, very well off. And I'm excited to see where we're going to go. I don't know who they're going to choose or what they're doing, but I know they're doing their due diligence to put, the players that they have, which a lot of good ones, to the best position.
Well, I know that. Yeah, so what do you think? What do you think you guys need a little bit? I'm with you. I got great respect for Greg Roman, right? There was always the talk about, hey, the run game is great, but, hey, we need more in the pass game, right, Mike, and all that. What do you think is that next phase of the offense that need to maybe push the Ravens over the hump a little bit?
There's so many different offenses that you could choose from.
I know.
I just think that, this is such a pass-happy league nowadays that if you're not doing it, you're almost falling behind. So I think there's going to be
a little more in that
There's going to
department.
be some sort of that, yeah.
Right.
And we've had that, but, I think that whoever, we choose is, obviously the Ravens are going to be able to run the ball.
We know that. You guys aren't going to stop doing that.
Yeah,
all those big dudes you got up there and everything.
100%.
Right.
We got J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards, and all our big guys in the O-line. So we're going to be able to run the ball, but we got to be able to pass the ball at a high rate.
A little more slanted toward the pass game.
That's a dangerous team when we start doing that.
Yeah, right.
Mark, what do you make of the talk that we hear from time to time that veteran receivers don't want to be part of that offense? And it's been blamed on Lamar Jackson at times. It's been blamed on Greg Roman at times. It's the identity. It's the run-heavy offense. I guess from your perspective, hey, more targets for me if we don't have a bunch of great receivers. But what do you make of that when you hear that?
I think we got to change that narrative. I think that, Baltimore and the Ravens should be a spot that guys want to go. It should be a destination, and we're going to make it that.
Well, tell people about Lamar and his talent throwing the football a little bit. He still gets put in a box of he's a running quarterback, and I'm an ex-quarterback. He's got arm talent.
He's got arm talent, man. He can sling the heck out of the rock.
Right?
He puts it where it needs to be. Some of the best balls I've ever caught in my life have been from Lamar. Just incredible throws. Some of them off the back of his foot, getting pressure. And he's a guy that always keeps the play alive. So you can always got to be ready. And he's such an insane talent. Obviously, he's incredibly talented with his feet, but to me, his arm is what makes him really special.
Yeah.
How hard was it to play without him down the stretch again this season?
It was tough. Obviously Lamar's my guy, and not having one of your leaders with you is tough. But look at Tyler Huntley. He was just in the Pro Bowl, and
it's crazy.
And he can sling the heck out of the ball too.
Yeah.
So we're very blessed with two great quarterbacks like that. And I think he did an incredible job. I just think different scenario, maybe would have been better off.
Well, tell us, like, what is the Lamar effect a little bit, right? We hear opposite teams gush about him, but like when you're out on the football field, like, Tyler Huntley, great respect for him, but he's not Lamar Jackson. Like, tell us Lamar as far as just that extra element he brings on the field, and then maybe even just some of like what's his leadership style a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, whenever you have Lamar on the field, the defense is so worried about number 8.
That's right. So you sense that when you're out there.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
Everything that they're doing, all the game planning things are all about Lamar Jackson. How they can stop that guy because he's so special. And
right.
so, as an offensive player, that takes a little bit of pressure off of you.
Yeah.
More eyes are on that guy, so you get to find a little more spots here or there. So, just when you have a talent like that on the field, it just makes your job easy.
Yeah.
Okay, elephant in the room. We know about Lamar's contract situation.
Yeah.
He's due to become a free agent. Some decisions need to be made by him, by the team, etc. Through all of this, and extended into the regular season, and there was talk near the end of the season about why he wasn't playing is because of the contract. How much do you pay attention to that? How much is your phone blowing up with texts from your teammates about what's going on, and is Lamar going to be here?
Yeah, I don't really, pay too much attention to any of that because, anytime you're in a position like Lamar is, Heisman Trophy winner, there's so, his whole career, there's going to be so much pressure. There's going to be so many people that talk about him, put out different narratives, and to me, it's just like let Lamar be Lamar. Let him be a person. No one really knows what he's going through, right? No one knows how he feels. So, I do know that he's incredibly, a fierce competitor. In that, he loves playing football. He loves winning games. He hates losing. And so I know that if he could have been out there, he would have been. So, yeah.
Is it take over the conversations in the locker room a little bit, though? Like, to the point, I mean, I'm a fan. Like, when I was on the Bucs Super Bowl team and we had stuff going on, we were talking about it in the locker room. Like, we had the drama with Keyshawn, right? Or, in the locker room, it's Wednesday morning before you go into the team meeting, and everybody's, hey, what's going on with Keyshawn? Does that conversation come up a lot?
Oh, it may. Some guys may be like, what's going on?
Yeah.
But like I said, at the end of the day, it was tough not having him out there, but we were also blessed with Tyler Huntley.
Yeah. But when Mark Andrews' head hits the pillow at night, do you consider, as you're laying there trying to fall asleep, holy shit, I may not have Lamar Jackson as my quarterback next year? Has that entered your brain?
No. I think Lamar's.
Why hasn't it entered your brain?
I think Lamar's a Raven for life. I know that the organization. I know they want Lamar, and I know that he has a lot of respect for the organization as well. So I think both parties want to get this deal done. It's just about doing it.
Yeah.
Do you ever though consider is there something I could do to help break it? Like, everybody wants to be together here. What can I do? Can I clunk heads together and get this done? You're a big guy. You could do it. What could you do?
Don't do that. Yeah. There's enough money to go around. Right. And Steve Riscotti, he's got plenty of money. You don't have to give him yours. All right.
We'll take your paycheck. You don't need to give it to Lamar.
Don't do that. All right. I do want to ask you about the Super Bowl a little bit.
Yeah.
I know you didn't get to play the Eagles this year. The Chiefs, you got a little history with them.
Yep.
Tell us about Spags, the Chiefs defense. What's it like going against them?
Yeah, I think the last time I played against them was 2 years ago. But just from what I remember, it's going to be a physical defensive front. They fly around. Their front is very vertical charge.
Right.
So that creates a lot of havoc with an offense. But I also think the Chiefs' offensive line is very solid, very tough. One of my best friends is Orlando Brown. I know he's going to be ready to go, fired up.
No doubt. You got 2 Oklahoma guys on that O-line.
That's right. Yeah, Creed Humphreys.
Yeah,
so
right.
That's going to be a good line. It's going to be a good test for them. But I think it's going to be a physical game. Really good defense. With the Eagles. I have a lot of respect for Jalen Hurts and what they've done, and kind of have that similar offense to the Baltimore Ravens, and they're doing a good job slinging around. Dallas Goedert playing really good ball.
Yeah,
it's going to be a close game.
You're leaning Chiefs, though, I hear.
I gotta root for my boy Orlando. So
okay.
I think Patrick Mahomes has a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, I hear that.
Who's the best team that you guys saw all year?
Oof.
Here, I'll throw up the schedule for you just so you can see it.
Yeah.
Who was the team that you just popped to you?
I think that you got to give respect to the Bengals and the Bills. Those are 2 good teams, and obviously the Bengals had our number a little bit this year. So that's one game I'll be circling next year.
Yeah.
Boy, in that Bengals game too, the playoff game, it just shows you how
the
one
QB
play
sneak
changes everything.
Yep.
if that ball gets over the line,
way to hustle,
you guys
way to hustle, big guys. I saw you.
Should have had him.
and got pushed in the back, and they didn't call it.
Yeah, seriously, right.
One of those weird plays, but yeah, man, I was like, just get him, give our defense a chance, and
right.
Just
Were you
do you think there should have been a flag on that play? You think he got pushed in the back?
I mean, I think there was definitely a little bit of push in the back. Again, like that's such a weird play, being on the 1 yard line. They're running back, and it's tough for a ref to call that. So I don't blame
Especially when
All
they're
right.
30 yards behind the action, because they can't keep up with you guys.
Yeah, but at least see the effort, man. I was working trying to get it. I was trying to haul him down.
Are you amazed by Travis Kelce as a tight end, as a great tight end yourself?
I am.
Yeah.
I am. I just think that
what is it?
First of all, the season that he's had this year is incredible.
Right.
But he's had this type of season over and over and over and over again, and so you got to give your hat off to him and just the way that he approaches the game, approaches everything, and continues week after week just balling out and playing incredible football. It's so insane. I love watching him play, and again, I have a ton of respect for him.
Yeah.
Hey, before we let you go, because we haven't talked much about this at all, but more than 6 million people watched it on Sunday. You were there in Vegas for the flag football game. What was your take on the whole experience?
I had fun, man. It was just fun to be out there and meet all these great players, get to pick their brain, have some fun and hang out with family. But the game itself was a good time. We got to, obviously play a little flag football, have some fun, make some plays, and just enjoy the moment.
When you pick brains, what are you trying to find out?
You just ask guys, you may ask them your routine, just different things like that. Everybody's got their own different vibe, different things that they do, and just the little things that they say.
Do you have stuff that you do that you hold back?
No, I don't really hold back. Someone wants to know something, someone wants to pick my brain. I'll be open to that, and yeah.
Who's the freakiest tight end in the game right now? Like, I know you're confident in your ability, so you'll talk about it. But yeah. Is there just a freak, like you're like, whoa, like nobody knows about this guy, how good he is? I mean, Darren Waller's one that just jumped in my mind. I was saying
Darren's such a freak, man.
Right?
Just athletically, he's just so gifted. He's a tight end, and he's playing gunner. Like what, Like, come on, dog.
Right.
But I think Isaiah Likely's another one.
Oh,
too.
yeah, I know. I love Isaiah. He got game. You guys are a good little tandem together.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Thank you, Mark. Thank you.
This stuff
Rockin'
is good.
Protein.
It is good,
He's
right?
drained
Good.
it.
It's so good.
I'm all in.
Hey, let's
Don't
go.
offer me a drink.
See,
I
I'm
know
not
where
going to
I know
offer
where
you a
you've
drink.
been.
Definitely not. But see, OU and Texas, we can get along.
right.
Look at this.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.